And yippee yay yay, we're here for Div B NA Week 3 of Season 4 of Battle for Midway. I'll be casting today. I'm Headless Chicken, and well, you heard my voice over the unmuted mic earlier. I'm sorry for the little hiccup. And with me I've got Jay-Z from 228 Oceanic, the Wild Ones. And we'll be casting for the match. It's the White Knight Legion going up against Dropship 4. And we're on a 5-minute delay. There'll be giveaways and prizes. But before we go for the actual matches, why not have Jay-Z to explain a little bit about the history of the Battle for Midway? Would you mind?
Yeah, sure. So Battle for Midway has been running for quite a few years now. Started in a 4v4 arrangement, now 6v6. And it's, in my view, the most fun comp series of the recent years. In fact, probably some of the most fun I've had. So in 6v6, it's also 3 cap conquests, cut down from MRBC 8v8 and 5 cap conquest, also WC. But yeah, 3 cap conquest is interesting because a lot more fights happen. It's a bit less overarching map control and more on getting a good engagement to kill mechs, okay? And killing mechs is what it's all about in this. So it's great fun. It's the rule sets are going to be 12-minute time as well. And we're playing Conquest Polar Highlands. The 3 caps in play are Kappa, Epsilon, Theta. And everyone is ready. So I'm going to launch us.
Alright.
And off it is. So another thing to note is with the 3-point conquest, if you cap one of the points you shouldn't cap, in this case on Polar Highlands, it's Sigma and Gamma, you can only win by killing everything and winning on caps. So don't step in the wrong point, because as soon as you step in the wrong point, the enemy team is allowed to run away for the hills. So, and get a win that way.
Oh.
Now, on Polar Highlands drop 1, 275 tons. Also, another real set. You can only bring 1 chassis 3 times in this whole series of 5 drops. So we won't see a huge amount of spamming. I might go through the WKA mechs. So we have a Huntsman, Wolverine 6K, Piranha 1, another Huntsman, and 2 Trebuchet 7Ms.
Yep, looks like they're going to be going for extreme range, you think?
It's possible. It's not usual that we get it's more of a extreme range on a drop 1. 275 tons is pretty light. So often I would probably say aggression is the way to go over the runaway and sort of kite sort of strats. Not that it's not impossible. The Wolverine 6K there, quite what kitted out for that. There's also no ban on streaks in drop 1, unlike MRBC. So
yep, I'm running through the builds, and it looks like we are going for a long range engagement.
Yep, so those Huntsmans and Trebuchets are all packing LRMs. The Wolverine 6K is the only direct fire mech.
Oh, by the way,
looks like the Piranha that's going to be scouting.
What's the button for the scoreboards again? I forgot, I'm sorry.
Tab. So tab brings them up. Backspace brings up the names above the people's head.
Strange, I'm not getting it up on my screen.
Press V to hop out of the cockpit. Tab. Maybe try... Yeah, it is backspace. And Q makes them glow blue and red. Alright, so here we go. Dropship 4 moving heavily onto Kappa with their Piranha leading the way. Dropship 4 opting for a more brawl to machine gun strat with linebackers, Piranha and Adichitas.
Kappa is under enemy control.
They're moving up.
It's interesting seeing Theta played. So on this map, Theta is so far away from the other two. Investing a mech there means that they've well trained out the fight for a long time. So Lawrence Elsa in the Piranha for WKA is going to go and cap Theta.
Alright, so they have set up around the buildings the WKA team has. Let's see what the other team is doing.
Airstrike online.
Well, they're moving to the open, so they're a brawl deck. So the plan for Dropship 4 has clearly been to push hard, get the aggression on, and get into brawl range. As soon as they see LRMs being fired, they're going to be diving in heavily.
Linebackers. Linebackers, oh no.
And
Yep.
Headless, I know you loved the linebackers.
Yeah, I died to streak linebackers the last MRBC. And yep, the poke game has begun.
I mean, it's not really a poke, too much of a poke game because just the Wolverine and everything else is either Lerms or direct fire short range. So it's
Yeah.
just the Wolverine getting some early cheap damage in.
The only question is whether they can withstand it from range.
Well, Asinius is already exposed, so they need to commit now and commit to taking out the Huntsman. The
Yeah,
rest
right.
of them obviously parting away.
Attack is primary.
So Bowser's slowly just working. Oh, he gets the kill.
That
He's
was a
just
good
slowly
burn.
shooting.
Very good burn. The Vistling's dropping him down. Asinius and the linebacker very, very hurt. Sight also crit and Ray lost an arm. He's going to go down. And WKA is doing a great job of taking out.
The linebacker does get the kill. They're still fighting over the point, but they're getting zoned really hard by the missiles.
Point doesn't matter anymore, really. It's all about kills now. And,
It's all about the fight.
you know, yeah, and Mr. Summary in the Huntsman, I believe he is the team leader. He did essentially bait the push onto him, onto the cap point, and create a great range opportunity for his teammates to learn.
New target.
The light fight's where it's at right now, and don't mind me, my camera's a bit wonky because my push to talk is bound to the wrong key. It's messing with the stuff. I'll fix it in the interim. Yep, the machine gun's working really, really hard on the enemy lights. And the Piranha is just is just tearing through them. He's got the machine guns and he's got the LOS, so the Lerms can just keep coming.
Well, the other thing is that the other M's do a lot of spread damage. Okay, they might be critting some components open. That Piranha comes in and can finish off extremely well. So basically, it's game over in my view. Just one last linebacker remaining.
Yep, and there we go. He's found it, and he's just getting pelted. He's getting pelted for free.
Yeah, and I like the line that was set up.
This triumph will provide us
Just make sure I use the right thing. So white line Legion, not a line. Sorry, WKL I should be saying.
Yeah.
WKL. Yep. So they did a very good job spreading out, getting lines. Looking at the damage scores there, Jock Bear and Texan Scrabble, and the Trebuchets out lerming the Huntsmans.
Yeah, it's all about the Lerms now, isn't it?
Well, it's effective strat. It worked. Got him a 6-1 win on drop 1. On the other side, pilot error in the Piranha, topping with that 211 as the rest of his team melted to the Lerms.
Well, that was a deleting. Now, give me a second to revive.
Yeah. No worries. All right, so let's get back into the mech lab, or back into the lobby, I should say. We'll get Team 2 to leave, and then I'll do a swap over for the spawn swap. Did you want to bring up the map strat? I'll happily draw the first drop. Rightio, so Team 1 basically moved up to Eps. They had one light, either thin or blue line. Yeah, they had basically come in. And that basically meant that, you know, there's a lot more standoff zone of control for WKL to use. Like they weren't forced to really engage hard. And then you got this very wide open map. Basically, pretty straightforward push. There was from Dropship 4. Okay, so I'm gonna move these guys over. There we go. Okay, and essentially the big part here is that pull back and fan out into the zone, and then of course there was that Huntsman on Epsilon as well that acted as a sacrifice, meant that Dropship had to come in and then had to spread out to do any sort of countering, and those landmags just really just kept raining, and of course the pinpoint between the Wolverine 6K of Bowser and the Piranha. Just finishing off.
Yeah, what was interesting was that they went in as a ball. Yeah, they went in as a ball. Dropship 4 got in, but the problem was that after they got the first one, they kind of lost the focus of fire because everybody was just so spread out.
Just sending out the lobby invites for the team swap. So just a little bit about these teams. White Knight Legion is currently doing very well in the lead. They are tied first with 42. And Dropship 4 is currently bringing up the rear with on equal terms to press F to pay respects. So a bit of a tough match, uphill battle for Dropship 4 now. White Knight Legion will be looking to overtake 42 by scoring well today, and Dropship 4 hopefully try to, if they can pull a win or two out today, get ahead of press F to pay respects and get off that bottom spot. Rest of Div Group 2 has Javen Strike Force and Clan Crossfire tied in third. So there's 2 teams tied for first, 2 teams tied in the middle, and 2 teams tied at the end. So the results of today's match will basically determine where those tie breaks end up.
Well, it really depends. I think we'll be seeing a bit more lerms, maybe. The maps are just perfect for them today.
Just waiting for Dropship 4 to rejoin the lobby.
Yep. And yeah.
So Headless,
Mm-hmm.
we saw 2 trebuchets and 2 huntsmans, and 3 linebackers used for Dropship 4 on the other side.
Yep.
What do you think they're going to do for Drop 2 now that some of these chassis they can't bring 2 of anymore, or can't bring any linebackers in the case of Dropship 4?
Well, most likely for the next one, they might be actually having a little swap up. I wouldn't be surprised if, say, Dropship 4 went range this time, and White Knights actually went mid-range or brawl. But, well, on this map, your range is really your main advantage. I would actually expect the longer firing line, the team with the longer firing lines to actually win. And actually, while we're waiting for them to get back into the hot seat, why don't we give a giveaway? Giveaway, man. Give me a keyword. Clack. Yeah, let's do a giveaway. I'll enter the word and then we'll draw after during the next swap, yeah?
I think we may have lost Headless. I'm not sure if you can still hear me or not.
I can hear you. What the
Anyway.
heck just happened?
Rightio. Well, I'm just going to keep flowing up the lobby and talk a bit more about the make choices that could come up. I'm not sure what's up with Headless's audio.
Yeah,
Anyway,
probably just some
so
derpy
just
internet
looking at some
cable.
matches past, this is round 3 out of 5 rounds. After this will be on the later half of matches. The teams to play, Dropship 4 will play Press Up to Pay Respects next week. And then Clan Crossfire at the end. So they have a relatively, some of the lower half of the current standings to play ahead of them. And WKL likewise have Clan Crossfire and who else have? And 42. So they have actually a pretty tough round. They've got 42, who's one of the current tied leaders.
Yep. Well, they're the closest competition we've got, but well, depending on today's performance, we'll see whether they can get the top spot or not. Well, I hope my mic's still coming through. Can you hear me?
So it looks like I'm just throwing it to Headless in chat just to see what's going on with his audio. His mic is dead, but team is still forming up, so we're still waiting on the teams anyway. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. Oh, brilliant. Good work, Headless. That's all right. I mean, look, you didn't have a radio cast. You didn't do an RJ. You didn't do a bandit or whatever. You didn't do a radio cast. You did more of like a mime cast. You think about it. Yes. Yeah, yep, absolutely. No worries. I'll wait for them to say the lock though. Because that's basically how you tell the race. So just so you know, another rule set. Team 1 has to lock the Lancers first. And then they have locked, and so now Team 2 is ready.
Hey, Chicken and Jay.
Hey, RJ, there you go.
We can barely hear Jay on.
It's weird. Because
Yeah,
it comes through a Discord fine.
Yeah,
Alright,
on
is that better?
stream we can barely hear it. Just letting you know.
No worries. Is that better at all? I mean, I can't do it on my end, really, other than overturn it.
I won't hear it on stream for 5 minutes, so I don't.
Alright. Blast
Look,
it.
guys.
Cheers. No worries. I've also apparently headless. People I can only hear on my left ear cup for some reason. Rightio. Rightio. So, bit of a spawn swap. The LRM strat has been revealed, so we'll see if there's any way for Dropship 4 to counter what they've already seen. As soon as the dropships start moving, you can generally press tab and start going through things. But yeah, this map is just say talk about the terrain a bit. This map is very open. There are corridors to approach though, so even though it's extremely open and LRMs are very powerful, there are approach lanes for fast brawl decks.
Right, let's take
I'm
a
going to go
quick
through
glance.
the Dropship 4 max. You
Yep.
have an Irby with MRMs, an ER large Hellbringer, hello, a Mad Dog with LRMs, another one of those, another Irby, this time with medium laser machine guns, and a third Irby. What's the other side bringing? And that is an LRM 90 Mad Dog and an LRM 70 Hunchback. In addition to a dual PPC Ice Threat and a dual PPC Huntsman. See how this goes. Now, they better not cap that point. No, I was looking at the mini-map and they're very close to Gamma. They can't actually cap that. Otherwise bad things happen. So they're going to go Theta, it looks like. Just looking at Dropship 4's direction, they think they're going Theta, it seems. Yeah, and just so you know, the reason the Mad Dog H's are taken for Dropship 4, Mad Dog H's Omnipod set has a very good cooldown quick. I believe it's 20%, 15 or 20%. Yeah, and they're running a bit of laser on the outside. Although I like WKL's approach, which is just screw it and put like literally LRM 90 on their Mad Dog. I just do it by volume. Now,
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
well, I'm not really sure what Dropship 4 strat is now because they haven't got any caps and they're about to be fully 3-capped by the opposing team. WKL is just moving as a group towards Theta, even if they kill the Piranha and cap Theta. I'm not sure what's going to achieve.
Target spotted.
I don't really know.
They've taken Epsilon.
Yeah. So they realize the cap's 3 cap. Well, I think I mean it's not really much for WKL to do other than sit in the middle and win. Really, they could approach and try to kill mechs just to show just for the fun of it. I mean. Yeah. I mean, the decisions here for WKL is really hold center, hold in front of Epsilon Kappa, defend those 2 points. They can lose Theta. Theta's fine. It doesn't really matter. But now Dropship 4 has to walk across the side of the map.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Artillery strike online.
No. An artillery strike goes off behind Theta, but it doesn't hit any mechs. I mean, at this point, it's just 2 big formations of LRMs, like a bit of a artillery lineup with a couple auxiliary, either PPCs or large lasers. And Gauss is just going to go up and scout, but I think that the Dropship 4 has to push in hard. They've only got 8 minutes left.
Affirmative.
Yeah. I mean, both teams are still death board. Like we're not even seeing either team run lights for locks or anything. So, because usually like LRM strats on Polar are strong, but usually you would run a light onto a flank to get locks and spots and get some value. I mean, the problem with these urban mechs is they're all short range, and the MRM 30 variant's the only one with any mid range, and they don't have the speed to really flank easily. So Dropship 4's drop deck puts them a huge disadvantage here, and their map position really means they've only got 1 cap control. JBKL's just can just hold the advantage, hold this line, this nice ridge, and right in the center of the map. They're actually bang in the center on this ridge. I'm not too sure, but actually, I just realized the point where WKL is the domination point hill, is that smack bang in the center. The Mad Dog brings a hurt for Dropship 4.
Acquired.
I think they were trying to hope to win trades with the Hellbringer, but the Hellbringer is the only truly long-range mech on their field. System Belmont piloting that, and against 2 PPC traders, 4 PPCs against 3 larges, not going to go well. Yep. I mean, there's not like it has to. The initiative has to come from the team down on caps. That's always how it is. WKL is moving up though. Like they're starting to get Lerm fire out. They're shifting up. There's their third WSA 7M. Mad Dog trying to get to the tanks. They're trying to use the tanks as cover. Well, I mean, the Hellbringer from System Belmont's extremely hurt. If he goes down, they're not going to make direct fire output at all. And the Mad Dogs are in the open now. They're putting Lerms out, but what's getting locks?
Hostiles have collected 50% of their resources.
Yeah, they're hunting there with PPCs and a narc for WKL. Pretty nasty combo.
Target destroyed.
There goes the one of the Mad Dogs. Hellbringer drops.
New target acquired. destroyed. Override shut down.
I'm just going to be a bit of the best person views here, and yeah, it's basically 0-3. I don't really see any comeback at this point. It's just more of a cleanup and catch the Urbies. The Urbies are going to run for their lives. Yeah. MRAM Urban goes down to a rear CT. Funny thing about the Urban Mech hitboxes is that their rear CT can be hit relatively easily, and if you over twist, because they have a 360 twist range, you can actually get rear cord unexpectedly. Well, yeah, he had those weapons, just got rear CT. So the Mad Dog has made it all the way to a cap point, but it's honestly very too late. That's Mad Dog's the only one remaining, and we'll get basically picked apart by a Ice Ferret now, and a Strike.
We've already gained a quarter.
Ice Ferret's in there.
Keep it up.
Drop that Strike. 2 PPCs on Bowser's Ice Ferret. Just halved the Mad Dog. That's it.
Has capped enough resources.
And that's it.
We've failed.
Well, I mean, the only strat I really can see is that Dropship 4 were trying to save mechs. Like they were trying to burn their urban mechs and save, wolfhounds and other piranhas and maybe stronger lights. That's the only real tactical thing I see. Axe 64 with the MRM Urban Mech 106, the only one to crack 3 digits. On the other side, Bowser topping with the Ice Ferret 2 PPCs and a good damage spread across the board for the rest. Yeah. Yeah, radio. So let's wipe that. So this time, Dropship 4 is blue team, and WKL is red team. So essentially, a move, although there was a few stopping points along the way, and taking Theta. And these stopping points create a lot of time for. I'm going to actually use orange instead of red for the light movement. For the Piranha to come in and return to the team. Dropship 4 try and maybe spread a bit of a line this way, get into some tanks and things. But I mean, just WK coming down here, getting the center, and then just basically creating a line that just slowly. Should use a thinner line there. Whoops. That's just slowly, basically closed in. Yeah, just a slow, unstoppable advance.
And advance in the concave. But yes,
That's all there is to it. Okay, so not particularly sure. So what's the next map? Headless? Oh wow. All right. So funny thing is, my team's actually not playing. Well, Wild Ones is not playing week 3 because our week 3 opponent forfeited the league. So we actually don't have this map set. And anyway, Alpine Conquest as a recap, we'll talk about it a bit because it's rather dynamic. The points that aren't there is no Theta and there is no Sigma, which creates 3 cap. Now Team 2 basically gets Kappa for free, and Team 1 gets Epsilon for free. Where this gets interesting is most of the time in 5 cap Conquest and anytime it's played in quick play or even in faction, this area is where most of the fighting happens. But in 3 cap Conquest, that may still be the case, but with Gamma over in the top right, that's a bad arrow. Anyway, Gamma in the top right, it basically means the match can involve the old school. Remember the old I-9 hill when with the old spawns?
Hamburger
this
hill.
Can be quite a dominant position to control.
Yes.
So we'll see what the teams decide to do. Like low strats that just push in can be quite legitimate, but also there's a I-9 hill there ready to be used for range control if Gamma is want to be played on. I think Team 1 has a slight advantage if they want to use the hill. I think Team 2 is a bit better for pushing, but that's just personal preference.
Well, the
So Dropship 4 is Team 1, so I think if they want to play a range direct fire game, they're probably best to do it as Team 1. Yeah, I mean the LRM strat on Pol is always strong, even on 275, sorry. And now that they have a lot more tonnage, I believe it's 400 tons now. It's creates a huge amount more options for bigger mechs. As far as big mechs used up, we've only seen a Hellbringer and some Mad Dogs and linebackers really for both sides as far as heavies go. So nothing that people really miss. Maybe the Hellbringers slightly, but I mean there's enough tonnage to run multiple assaults. So yeah. There's no Wolfhounds being used yet either. And those to be a light I would expect it would be a Wolfhound on this map series. Well, I like that. I like that one actually. Yeah, the 3 larges is quite fun. I might just. My turn for what? What mic issues? Anyway. So, yep. So just so you know, if anyone joining in is currently 2-0 in favor of WKL over Dropship 4. WKL standing for White Knight Legion. Radio, go nuts. You have the power, Headless. Yeah, sounds good. Also, just remember to update your score counter. Do you have the stream control app? It was 6-1 and then a 6-0. Yeah. And to WKL.
Okay, then I shall swap back. Ah, I was in the middle of a spin and I stopped it halfway.
Sure is. It's cold. I mean, technically Hamburger Hill is on Grim Plexus, but it's good old. I mean, all the hills are Hamburger Hills. All right, let's look at what they're bringing. I'm gonna go through the Dropship 4 mechs we have. Quad PPC Warhawk, the Lamb Mad Dog returns, Spider 5D with 3 MPLs, ECM. Is that stealth? Hang on. Stealth armored Spider. Jaeger mech with, what the Jaeger mech build is that? 2 Ultra 10s, 4 light machine guns, whatever. Madcat 4 ATMs, and 6 light PPC Blackjack. 6 light PPCs. Alright.
We have gained Epsilon. Target spotted.
Artillery
They have
strike
resource point
online.
Gamma.
Airstrike online.
Well, funny thing to notice here is Dropship 4 is already taking Epsilon and moving up to the main hill. WKL taking Gamma already. I think I'm not really sure what the plan is here because they didn't WKL didn't cap Kappa, so I'm wondering if that's a play to, you know, not reveal which way they're going or to keep some uncertainty. The Javelin, yeah, they're gonna take the hill and try to overlook one of the caps at least. I mean, they could leave a defensive firing line over Epsilon to cover it and send, I guess, their Spider would be their light to go get Gamma. Or they could try to make a Kappa play, but that would be in the firing arc of WKL. So a lot of lightning, a lot of PPCs from WKL, pretty much an entire PPC deck, with the exception of the Battle Master. Hoping that well, the thing is some of the Dropship 4 guys are wrapping a bit too high on the rotation around the mountain. I mean, the caps are pretty well even. I'm still not sure why they haven't taken Kappa. There's got to be a reason for it. I think. I mean, the Javelin can just come around now and just cap it. That'd be the most logical thing. Javelin gets away alive, gets Kappa, 2 cap. Well, they have the hill. I'm not sure what WKL's cap strat is. I think they're going for a kill strat still. They could easily get Kappa and Epsilon right now. They could just flicker the 2 cap if they wanted to.
We have Gamma.
He was trading with an assault and not maneuvering away from the lightning. So yeah, yes, assault mechs will hurt mediums in a direct one-on-one trading.
Under enemy control.
Power level critical. Override shutdown.
Well, I mean, there's a way to receive. I think Dropship 4 could actually receive this against that Warhawk down there and just try against the Warhawk and add it together. If they just picked a smaller number of targets, just say, hey, everyone, shoot that one mech over there,
Activated.
and just fire on it. They'll probably do fine. But the splitting their fire options is a bit too much.
Airstrike online.
Well, I see. Oh wait, just to check, am I muted? No, am I coming through? I am. Excellent. No, I am. Let's do a quick sound check. We are good. We're still good to continue. You're right. It's fine. We got Bowser's Warhawk's probably the only one that's hurt on the WKL side. Even then, his legs are about to pop, but his upper body's fine.
We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely not AP or anything. They're still limited in a lot of ways, but at this range, you know, those quirks, the velocity quirks on top of the range, already excellent velocity of the ERPPCs. Remember, ERPPCs, their velocity got turned up to almost 2,000. I think 1,900 they are. Can you add quirks? Yeah, exactly. So these things are going, you know, well, what, 2.5 kilometers a second or something like that when you get the skill trees involved. These ERPPCs have a higher velocity than the regular Gauss rifles. This strike will probably hit the awesomes, so we get a little bit of damage Dropship 4 gets on WKL, but other than that, it's just trades. Yeah, the damage across the board is very much in WKL's favour. A couple of good strikes there. The Stealth Spider hasn't really been able to get much value. I mean, it's got a Javelin below it, but the stealth aspect of it, he's just too well spotted. I mean, Javel's below him on one side, he's got lines on the other side. The only hope he has is to jump off and get Kappa. But Kappa has actually been covered by Bowser's Warhawk and Lawrence's large Battlemaster. So there's no way Kappa can even fall.
Target spotted.
Yeah.
Warning, incoming missile. Target destroyed.
Well, Bowser does go down to an ATM volley. ATMs actually have a longer long range than LRMs. So that ATM volley was about, what, almost a kilometer? And just finished up Bowser. Bowser was really hurt though in that walk, so he's probably done a lot of damage already. But now it's just a matter of time. Kappa falls. Now Bowser was taken up by the ATM volley. Kappa will fall. Lawrence will move back to position the Battlemaster, I presume. The only hope Dropship 4 has is running, capping, and just trying to hold on to those two caps, but Gamma will be flipped by the Javelin any second now. More or less, yeah. I'm just looking at the same percentage here, and there's the big mechs for Dropship 4 are one touch from death. The only really one with any armor is a Spider.
New target acquired.
Well, Doomtail's pretty fresh as well. I mean, it is the only thing I can hope in is Kappa, but they're down on caps now. It's 2-1 capped, so where's that Spider going? Oh, the Spider can make an Epsilon play. Actually, no, sorry, it's not the Spider, it's the Madcap 4 that's making the Epsilon play. Where's the Spider at? That's what I want to know. Oh, the Warhawk and Mad Dog are gonna drop pretty instantly, but the Spider may be able to get Epsilon.
Artillery strike. Torso destroyed. Left
Hostiles have
arm
collected
destroyed.
50% of their resources.
Right
Capture
torso.
Stop the bleeding.
Weapon
Halfway
destroyed.
to victory. We need to
Medium
keep
laser
holding
destroyed. Heat sink destroyed. Ammo at 25%.
One of the other advantages of VIP PCs on this map is that there's no minimum range.
The enemy has capped enough resources. We've failed.
Hey, just let's just do that comms check on your comms. I can hear you, but I just want to make sure everyone else can. Just check your settings, make sure you're coming through recording. Okay, anyway, on the scores, Mr. Summer in Ada, the Doom Turtle top scorer got 561. Excellent spread across the rest. And on the Dropship 4 side, the MacCat 4, the ATM mech powered by Axe 64, top scoring. And with some, yeah, a couple of early picks, the Jaeger and Blackjack went down extremely quickly, and the Mad Dog Warhawk were crit for most of the match. So, yeah. I mean, the Jaeger's fine. I don't mind the Jaeger, by the way. I think the Jaeger's an okay pick. It's just there's risks with bringing that. Okay, so we can go to map strat. 6-1, yeah, the Warhawk died. Okay, so I was gonna get the map strat ready. Essentially, Team 2, WKL came up underneath. Got some good lines on top of that I6, I7 held near Theta. Dropship 4 picking up Gamma on the way, and just basically trying to get up top, setting up a zone of control up around this region here. Problem is though, is when this transition from WKL, they had one mech on this point that stationed getting sight lines onto Kappa. They had sight lines back onto Epsilon, and they had the forward mechs with aggressive sight lines going up onto the hill. So these mechs on top are getting hit, and pretty much this portion, I'm going to use orange here, this portion of Dropship 4's mechs all fell down and were destroyed. And that basically meant there was nothing for them to do. The Javelin, I will say, at the start of the game for DoKal did get Gamma and did do a lot of scaling and delaying before coming back to get Kappa at the end. So, yeah, pretty much just a quite classy play there. I was surprised at tonnages. So Dropship 4 actually launched at 375 tons. It is allowed to, you are allowed to drop 25 under. So they would drop the minimum possible. So when I saw that tonnage in the lobby, I assumed that they're going to try like a rush strat or a brawl strat or something, but I'm not really sure if that eventuated to anything. They kind of still went range. That 25 tons, they could have upscaled that Blackjack to a Warhammer or something. I can hear you, yeah. Okay, add yourself as a source. Again, And then no properties. Just make sure every time you talk, your little bar flickers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's working. I don't know why my mic aux just suddenly died on me. That's really strange. Well, at least now you don't have to talk to yourself.
That's alright. Okay, WKL is ready. Yeah, so a few just general tips, even for some of the newer players, even to the people been watching for a while. Really important thing when just deciding what trades to take, what trades not to take. And look at your advantages, disadvantages. Okay, if you have an assault trading against a medium, and you're a medium, you have more mobility, agility, the ability to disengage, take other positions. If you try to go one-on-one, face in the shadow of the Warhawk in that opening phase, when they moved up onto the hill, and that meant that that in order to hit the adder, the dropship 4max had to expose to the Warhawk. So there's some good little micro strategies at play there.
Alright, it should be good now. Well, the day I find out what the heck is going wrong with this system, it'll be the day I'm enlightened. Yeah, it looks like I'll have to tear apart my whole system and reintegrate all the audio inputs. This is not good.
And everyone is ready, so here we go. So tonnage on the board, WKL 400 tons, max possible, and then we have a 380 tons, so almost as light as you can get. Quite a light, slightly lighter. It's not as light as last drop.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting to get back in because we're currently stuck at the loading screen, and if I go back in now, it's just a black screen. Don't really want that now, do we? Yep, and we're back in this wonderful weather, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. So spawn swaps here. I really want to see how they adapt to that. The Awesomes have been used, Warhawks have been used. Not all of them, so they could still bring Warhawks. Both sides can. WK can't bring 2 Awesomes, so let's see what they are bringing.
Well,
they are bringing
the Battle Master. Oh, it's not very different from the last run.
But Bowser has a classic, a Mad Cat 2, a Joe Gauss, and 4 LRM-15s.
Oh boy.
And instead of a Javelin, Siso 88 is now playing a Stealth Armor Commando.
Okay, and I'm gonna take a quick look.
Side.
On the other side, we have a Locust, small pulse laser Locust. Standard Vomit Jaguar, except with medium pulse lasers. Oh, Mad Cat Mark II with the Scorch loadout, SRM-6s and LBX-40. And Laser Vomit Timberwolf.
That Brawl Mad Cat, LBX-40 and SRMs, that is a risky play. I mean, look, if they get value out, they get a good jump and a gank. I mean, they could probably get up onto. I see if there's a line. I'm trying to look for a line that they can take that Mad get into range because it's so big and slow. But if they get into broad range, it'll do well.
Well, it looks like they're going full man mode. The assassin is scouting, and oh, he gets noticed.
Maybe they might do an uppercut. You know, like maybe try to get that Mancat 2 from Dan Dritz 3 to hug underneath and come underneath the firing line of the ramp and start deleting.
I think the White Knights have actually noticed already. They are already laying down fire on them as they run up.
Yeah, I mean that Banshee's over the back of ELRs. I don't know if they've seen. Oh, they have seen the Mancat. He is getting ELRs, so they know there's a broad Mancat coming. This could be quite devastating already because WKL has the high ground.
Yeah,
and a strike. Oh, drop. Lawrence Elsa shuts down in the Battlemaster in front of a strike.
Yep.
It's a bigger strike.
There's a Locust right behind, but what is he going to do? He just ran past without doing much. And once again from the scoreboard, you can see that the White Knights are just tearing the enemy apart without getting much damage done to them in return.
I mean, you know, maybe Bowser could have trouble here of having to fight off an assassin and a Locust at the same time. Those two Gauchos are the only things he has.
New target.
Oh, the Locust gets sniped by Drop Bear and Stinius gets legged the assassin.
Yep, the assassin is going down. And there we go. And now it's just cleanup mode. Oh, but Lawrence overextends. That Mad Cat is in range. That Mad Cat is in range. And what will it do?
Mad Cat's in range. He's going to hit Drop Bear, but Drop Bear's at 94%. So
It
even
misses.
if he gets 2 bullets off,
It misses a splat. And that's not a good start.
that's going to be game. The Battlemaster's over the back. Sorry, Banshee, is over the back and is out of the line of fire. So this Mad Cat 2 is going to drop. There'll be a Banshee only remaining. The Doom Turtle, Mr. Summer, is still alive somewhere.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
There we are. The commando's just standing there getting locks for you.
I mean, that's the point. It's a stealth armor mech. It doesn't have to do anything, just get spots.
Yep, and the Banshee is going to go down. And there we go.
Next game.
Will provide us huge tactical benefit.
Rightio, so the Banshee over the back, 315 for the Dropship 4 side. And on, I mean, again, another good spread for WKL. They've really played well today. They've prepared and at least the drop deck, and yeah, they're just playing as a team, really, just making good decisions and yeah, making things work. Bowser and Drop Bear there have some big scores, getting 5 of the kills between them and over 1k combined. So yeah, solid effort there. And keeping everyone alive again, that's always good. So 6-0. Headless, did you? I was had a look at the stream. It's on a delay, but did you take the overlay down?
Which overlay?
The map strat overlay?
Oh dear. Well, on my screen, it's showing the match itself, I believe. Yeah, you should see it now.
Okay, excellent. That's cool. That's cool. I just want to check. Oh, yeah, the match just started. No worries. So that means exactly 5 minutes.
Yep. Oh,
cool.
by the way, give me a second. It's time to get 2 more giveaways out there. Okay, so we have one 1KMC going to Salith, and we shall... Wait a second. Yes, right, I noted it down. I didn't forget. No, I didn't. Let's give away one 1KMC now. Hey, is it rigged or what? Now it's well, VX, yes, another EMP guy. Yes, he did. And well, I'm going to roll one more for the Mech Bay now. Let's take VX's out. This is for McBay. Right, and the McBay goes to Eisenhorn. Yep, so don't mind
So-
me. I'll send out the gifts once the stream is over. And
Now, the,
I'm bringing the
it's
map,
not
the
the
map
map
strike
band.
back up, yeah?
you got the map band headless. You happy to run through that for the team leaders?
Right, sure. So for the map ban, give me a second to update the previous match also, yeah? It was a 6-0, was it?
Yes. Yes. This 6160 6160.
Yep, that means I've been getting it so far. And here we go. Here's the main screen.
All right. So in lobby chat, what you need to do is just ask for the bands. Team one bands. Sorry, I think it's team two bands first actually.
Team 2 bans first, and Team 1 picks the one of 3, okay? So we've got 3 maps, River City, Forest Colony, and Viridian. Let me type that in.
Yep. The team two will band first, and team one then picks one of those two remainders.
And they have banned Forest. Forest Colony is out. So we have River City and Viridian Bong left. And they ban Bog. So we're going for River City. So Conquest 3, River City, 425 to 450 tons. Yeah, so Jay, they have banned Forest and Team 1 has banned Bong. So that remains with River only.
There you go. River City it is.
Yep, River City it is. Just flip it up and we should be good to go once they're ready.
No worries. I'll also update the map strat as well. Not that we'll look at it just yet, but we will get to it. I've got the last drops map straight up. If you want to flick over to it briefly.
Yep, sure thing. I'll flick to it now.
Okay, so just really basic, really. Banshee over the back, and the rest of their main force hug the wall on its way up. A bit of a light aggression attempt on Bowser's Madcat at the back. That didn't quite work with both the Locust and Assassin getting dropped pretty quick, and the front fell in. So basically, yeah, WKL just really dominated that one. So that's really just very basic map strat there.
Yep.
Anyway,
Push, receive, and yeah, that's a win.
okay, so River City, WKL, Team 1, Dropship 4, Team 2. Team 1 is on the east, Team 2 on the west. The 3 caps in play are the northern 3, so those north of Citadel. So Epsilon, Gamma, Theta. So you see more fighting in the park as opposed to Citadel Water.
You know, it could be fighting in the park, or it could be just a poke fest between 2 forts, the spaceport and the upper city.
It's possible, but there's a lot of rocks in the middle, and just Poke Fest alone doesn't really. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly ask the teams they're ready and locked.
Yeah,
I mean,
look-
this is 450 tons, so this is extremely heavy. That's 75 tons per pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Both
And-
teams locked,
Both teams are locked.
except just go ready up.
Alright. Shall we discuss the strats after the match?
It sounds good to me.
Yep, and the circle is spinning.
I mean, honestly, I'm a big fan of just bringing big DACA. Seriously, just spamming AC2s, AC5s, get up in there and just shred. Don't need to complicate it. Because even if there's a range standoff, the DPS of mass AC2 is hard to beat. Unless there's a brawl, you can just chainsaw.
Yep.
So
And-
I'm a big fan of that.
Once again, I'm going to wait for the game to load before flipping over into the black screen. And in we go.
So River City as a map is it's deceptively long range. It's actually I think a mid to short range map. Honestly, it's like there are lines that are long range, but there's so much cover and so many approach angles that in 6v6 you don't have quite have the courage of 8v8.
Yes.
So you can sneak some things, and given how heavy a drop it is, look, you're not going to have the speed to be running and scouting unless you bring like one light. So if you bring
Yep.
2 lights, you pretty much have to bring like all assaults.
Yes, and of course the spawns are all in the mid and upper city.
So I'm going to look through the WKL mix. We have 2 Dragon 5 ends,
Yep, it's full on Daka. It's
682,
three Dragon 5 ends.
3 Dragon 5 ends, a 682 Mauler, and 2 Maka Bs. It's all Daka. That's what
Yep.
that's what I would run. I prefer Daka.
Your
Oh!
chainsaw might be happening.
Dropship 4, 2 ATM Supernovas,
Interesting. Interesting.
2 Atlas Ds, and that's a stock one. There's 1 stock Atlas.
What?
Athenius is bringing a stock Atlas.
You see it
week.
here first, everybody. Stock Atlas.
That's a stock Atlas. No, it's
Okay.
not. Oh no, sorry, it is. It is actually stock with speed tweak.
Look at his back. It says stock. Well, censored. I can't really say that word here. But okay. Okay. Be good.
I mean, you can show it. There you go. So, Joshua for bringing a stock Atlas.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
Radio.
Radio.
Oh, I see that. Okay. Joshua 4 getting an early cap with the Osiris 2. Odd little light, but I can kind of see why they picked it.
Yep, and it's getting struck, but it hasn't taken any damage yet.
99%. He's fine. He got out. He disengaged quite well. The thing is, the WKL set up a chainsaw or firing line of death. I mean, that firing line, anything pokes, it dies. Problem is that they don't have any lights. It's just 3 dragons as their light mix.
Yeah, but dragons are pretty maneuverable. It really depends on what engine they're running inside the dragons. Let's take a look.
That they are maneuverable, that's for sure. The thing is that with a 2 cap in favor of Dropship 4, WKL is forced to do something.
Yeah,
So
it's
they
forced to
go
go ham.
send. So no, not necessarily. Just all they got to do is send one of the dragons down. And in fact, they're doing it right now. Texas
Yep.
Scrub Lord and Lawrence Elsa are coming down into the water. So,
Drop Bear's dragon seems to be a standard or LFE.
they wouldn't run a standard. Unless they're more of a heat. It's just a super hot map. Occasionally, the standard gets run for the heat reasons, but
Yeah.
honestly, the LFE and XL would be far more common. LFE particularly, I would say, is.
Yeah. Oh, Lawrence's looks like a standard, 65 km per hour.
How many?
No, 75, probably LFE.
Yeah.
Target spotted.
And they see the Osiris and the lights on the other side. There's a lot of touchy-feeling going on to keep them off the point.
Point Theta is ours.
And they flip the point.
The thing look how tight they grip the Atlas and Supernovas are. Look how
Yeah.
they're basically a assault lance dot Raphael.
Oh, the MX-90 is pushing up quite fast.
Well,
he has the build. He
The
has
thing is
the
they
bridge.
Can, though. They can because because of the scouting, all 4 assaults were spotted in one location, in like one, city block that's that close together. Those ATMs try and trade with AC2s. The ATMs work best up close, and as Atlases are brawlers, they work best up close.
Yeah, but they're moving up
they
slowly
just
bit by
gotta
bit.
push. Well, yeah, honestly, Dropship 4 brought a push deck. They brought an aggressive deck, Dropship 4, but they're not pushing with it, and that's really going to hurt them.
Oh well, they are pushing now. Their White Knights are falling back.
Yep. Thing is though, is that if they had pushed off the bat, they could reveal their strat at the same time as executing the strat.
Yeah,
What they're
and-
doing now is they're revealing their strat without executing.
Yeah, and they are getting pelted by the AC2s. All the Daka.
And you see the stock Atlas trading LRMs and medium lasers against AC2s at 800 meters.
Yep.
So
Incoming
strike on
missile.
drop bear. Let's see if he moves out of that. Yep.
Acquired.
Backs away nicely.
The great thing about AC2s is that, the UAC2s especially, is that they can be somewhat of a DPS and somewhat of a burst weapon.
New
Oh,
target
Bowser is
acquired.
kind of hurt from the ATMs, but he's still relatively healthy.
Strike online.
He's doing okay. There's actually a bit of a light skirmish going on. Pilot error in the 5-star and Texan Scrubblor's Dragon trying to like fight over Theta. It's going denied. No one has Theta at the moment. It's 1-all. But Dropship 4 taking Gamma. So Dropship 4 trying to play a cap game.
A light cap
Here?
game, but the
I
White Knight
think
Mad
just the
Cats and Dragons, they are moving through the water already. The assaults are going to get pushed on. And
I
there's
think
quite
they're
a...
going to kill strat, honestly.
Yeah, there's a very clear weight advantage. But it may still be possible to win by caps because the White Knights
Draven
did
Dark
not bring
Shadow,
the lights.
99% inside the mid-range of the Supernova now.
Oh, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well.
So
Yep, I'm in Draven's
mid-range,
cockpit now, and he's just emptying into the Supernova.
Lawrence
Target
Elsa's now
destroyed.
come up as well. So basically the whole big pack is going to be in a fight. WKO will win the big fight easily.
Target acquired.
Is this light fight in the background? Texas Scrubblor in any danger to his arm? Just check his armor values.
Oh,
No, his right arm's okay. Draven Dark Shadow might get hurt here though. He's
Yep.
huge in the main fight.
he's lost, but
He's
well,
playing.
he took out 2 or 3 of them
Cyclone Gem
already.
shuts down. 93% Atlas shuts down.
Oh,
123 from 6.
oh, the face hug. But that Atlas is
Face hug?
honestly not a threat. It really isn't.
Well, he's gonna strip. Is Draven still alive? Oh, he goes down.
Up, he finally goes down.
Atlas is getting legged. They legged the Atlas as revenge.
Yes. And
should've
it
more weapons
finally
anyway.
goes down. And now we take a look at the lights.
Well, the lights have got a cap advantage in favour of Dropship 4. They do have slight points advantage, but without an entire assault pack, it's just a matter of time now.
Yep, and the
these
fire
two
starter
dragons-
has one leg gone and the other leg open. It's not going to end well for it. It goes
And
down.
One of his eyes left. And it's a 6-1, I would assume. Let's see, wait for the Zarius to
Yep,
pop.
and the Osiris
One.
goes down. From fire all the
So-
way from the upper city.
So yeah, that's 30-3 on kills. So WKL
Resource point
really
beta is
stamping
ours.
a huge message, I think, to the rest of the division. 42 WKL are still fighting out for top of the table, and they actually play round 5. So WKL 42 top 2 teams, round 5, they will determine the winner of Division B. Oh, sorry, Group 2, I should say, Group 2.
Yeah, as it stands.
And Dropship 4, not really, getting a great performance today, but they played it out, they played the matches, and we'll see them against Press F to pay respects, who is equally tied at the bottom of the table. So that'd be a great match for them, for both teams to, basically fight it out next week.
Okay, and let's look at the damage spread. Whoa, Bowser, 800. And he's
Well, he
matched
did
by
get the highest damage,
Supernova.
though.
He is
At
tied.
64, the ATMs.
Yeah, the ATMs did a lot of work, but they were just not enough.
But look, again, WKL so far tonight, damage spread. Look at that. Like the lowest damage was 391.
Yep.
I mean, that's huge
that's massive for this drop already, for 6 mechs.
for a minimum tonnage.
With
Yeah.
2 Atlases on the other side.
So that's a great job, WKL. Well played.
Yep,
Um,
and I'll swap it to the map strat. Poof.
Right, yeah, let's just draw it. So, really simple strat, honestly. Fire line of death against up that one red dot is where all 4 of the assaults were, inside that red dot. We had light play, and then we had secondary light fallback play here, and that basically summarized it. So that's opening positions. Secondary positions, we had some of the dragons come down onto Theta to basically skirmish here, and the rest of the bigs, all the assaults and the other dragon, just came up and just killed everything in the top. So this became basically a kill zone for the bigs, and then after that was resolved, they just came back down, and the light pop was resolving anyway for Theta. That's all she wrote.
All right. Now, just give me a moment. I'm going to see if any of them want to share a few words after the match. I'm just going to drop them a few PMs.
Just check out, see if Axe64 wants to interview. Get them on the Discord.
Right, give me a second. Is Soma in
Mr.
the
Summery has
Discord?
arrived, so we'll drag him in.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Mr. Summery, welcome.
Oh, hi.
Right, let me get his volume up a little bit. I don't want him to get drowned out again.
For today, excellent job. Happy with the team's performance?
I'm very happy with the team's performance. We didn't have a lot.
You
of
better
time
be.
we didn't have a lot of time to practice or street up because there's 2 matches this 1 week.
Oh right, there you go. So what's your other match?
Our previous match, it was on Sunday.
Ah, right, yeah. So yeah, there you go. Oh, very good, very good. So how did you find, I guess, the drop deck design phase? Did you were you thinking long and hard about it, or was it pretty obvious what to run from the outset?
Some of it's obvious. Some of it you go shit with my brain. But yeah, of course Bowser had to do something a bit sillier.
Oh, if it works, eh?
Yeah, I'll trust his judgment.
Wait, give me a moment. I'll just drop X a little message drop into MRBC Discord.
So let's just look back on the first couple drops on Polar. Drop 1, I think, went pretty well to plan. It looked like from your side, you basically had a certain huntsman act as bait. Was that the plan?
Not really at first, but then I was like, whatever, I'll eat it.
Because it worked perfectly in that your rest of your mechs had min range, well, in one sense at least, and drawing them onto you just meant your rest team could just wail on. That was quite a nice little concave the team formed.
I was hoping one of them would hold still or well enough for me to narc because it was panic narking at that time.
Brilliant.
I was like, hey, if I go down, one of them's narked and they can't hide.
Yeah, for sure. The next couple drops, the second drop, basically you guys just held your capital lead and followed through really well. Alpine, going with the PPC deck, firing lightning. Do you have a preference of those over ELRs? You just felt it was stronger for trading?
I felt if they're going to run Lerm strats, just fire PPC and go on high.
Yep, so minimal exposure times, so you can start moving earlier, basically.
Yep.
Fair enough. It's very good.
Yep, so far we've seen quite a few
last
interesting
drop,
things.
Daka Fire Line of Death. I mean, I love Daka spam, honestly. AT2 spam and all that, so solid strat. Did you feel that not bringing a light was a disadvantage?
In this case, I thought about it and we might be at a disadvantage, but I'm like, no, I just want maximum Daka. Screw everything else, maximum Daka.
Respect that.
Would you have thought about bringing XL Dragons to that to replace a Lights role, or do you think that because of the weight, it just doesn't matter?
Let's see, when you bring XL Dragon amongst a bunch of a couple of other LFE dragons, it bends the space-time continuum so that throws of a gigantic magnitude happen.
Gigantic magnitude throws, I see.
That's brilliant.
Did I put words in his mouth? I didn't. Yeah. Great. I'm still trying to get an interviewee from the D4 side. We'll hold on for a little bit more, and maybe in the meantime we can get some giveaways going.
I think, I think Axe was saying that Cyclone is the one who likes to talk.
Ah, okay.
We'll get one of them in. MRBC Discord, whoever it is. Actually, I can't see it.
Yeah, I've already typed it to to Axe, and I'll just type it into the stream just in case, yeah?
Yeah, if they want to hop in, you gotta hop on this Discord. Oh yeah, it's a good series. So, you have round 5. Well, next week you got Clan Crossfire, so that'd be pretty exciting. But the week after, you have 42, who up until today was tied with you in first. So
Oh.
that'll be pretty interesting. Yeah, the current standings before today were UN 42 tied first, Davion, Strike Force, and Clan Crossfire tied in the middle, and Dropship 4 and Presets Postbacks tied in the back. So, yeah, gonna be very, very interesting.
Yep, and I have finally updated the match screen. So wow. Would you look at that?
Oh, is it correct?
Kill superiority. Let's see. 5-0 with 30 kills against 3.
Should be 30 to 3, yeah.
Yep. That's
Well,
a very good job.
Have you done all of your giveaways?
I haven't done them yet, but I hear that there's someone from D4 inside MRBC's Discord. Could you take a look? No, he isn't.
BC Discord? No one. I don't see anyone.
I quote, "Bastard is jumping in." Well, I'm still waiting for him, but tell you what. Let's get
Do your
the...
giveaways, Atlas.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
finish the giveaways. Alright, and the next giveaway will be the last 1000 MC code. We still have 2 mech base, don't worry. Let's get the tools up. Let's get Eisenhorn out because, you know. And 1k MC. Let's spin it. If it's the tilt, right? Yowza wins it. Okay, yeah. YOWZAR wins it. So I'll take him out, and now we have 2 more mech bays going out. And let's spin for the first mech bay. Yep, go ahead. Right, give me 5 seconds because the spin just finished, and Kang won the mech bay. Yep, no other. Please go ahead with the interview. I will be just typing some messages in the meantime. Give me a second. Okay, and interview. Hello, Cyclone. Yeah, I was just noticing the styles that you're playing. Could you tell us a little bit on what your ideas for the game were? Were you winging it, or did you have a solid strategy? Would you say that Worlds was a challenge? I'm really interested to hear about that because you know how people are like, oh, Worlds is stock mode and BFM is actually back to the good old format of whatever goes goes. So which do you think is more fun? So on the maps tonight, did you enjoy these maps? These, well, Polar and Alpine, they are not exactly the top picks of people. Yes. And on that note, do you think that comp will be going on strong into 2019? All right. So we've seen a great performance from both teams tonight. Jay, do you have any questions for him? Bang bang pow. No, well, I'd say for most people like me, the most complicated part is getting my head off the W key. Yeah, duct tape always works, but well, sometimes it fails you also. But enough about me. Yes, thank you for the games tonight, both of you. It was a great show. I hope everybody else enjoyed the cast. Despite the numerous errors, I'm sorry about that. Well said, I suppose. And yeah. Alright. So with that, let's get on to our last giveaway. So we have one more MacBay to give out. Let me just remove CAC from this and let's spin it. And who could it be? Another EMP member? It's not Jay-Z for sure. And it's the bot! That doesn't count. I forgot to remove the bot. The bot. Hey Moobot, do you need an extra mech bay? Get out of here, Moobot. Get out of here. And let's go again. This is what happens when you forget to remove the bot. It wins things that you're supposed to give out. Part of the meme. Yeah, I guess. And it was so close to Cyclone Jack. Commander Root wins it. Alright, I'll be PMing these people. And yes, we are done. Yeah. Well, I'll fix my rig before the next one. And yeah, we have 2 matches tomorrow at roughly the same time, I believe. One is EMP against Smoke Adders, and the other one is Clan Crossfire against Devin Strike Force. If I fix my stuff, I might help CrossFit cast one, because the EMP versus SA will be covered by RJ Base, I believe, or someone else. I can't remember, I'm sorry, but please do tune in to check it out. And yeah.
BC Discords and Twitch streams. See you around, guys.
Alright, see you, Jay. And yep, thank you for putting up with me. And I will leave this stream on for around 10 to 15 minutes with the tournament recap so far. And yes, tune in another day. Thank you for watching.